all over again, back again. We started chapter 10 to make a review for the old lessons that we had, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. 10.1 will speak about the general relationship between the subject and the verb. If you have singular subject, singular verb. If you have plural subject, you have to choose a plural verb. For singular subject like he or she or it, you're speaking about one person, the verb must be with S or ES or IES. Even if you have a irregular verb like is, or was, or has, you can notice that they end with S because they come with singular subject. The other part, on the other hand, we have plural relationship. If you have a plural subject, you have to go with a plural verb. So the plural subject here is like I, we, you, they. You have to go with a plural verb. Oh, it's a plural verb. Plural verb is easy. It's like infinitive. Just infinitive without any suffix, without any accessories, you know. Just S, ES, IES are not here. The infinitive without anything. Like work. The plural, let's say the plural verbs or the plural subjects even, they do not like the S. They hate it. So for even if you have an irregular verb like verb to be, it will be am or are in the past, were, have. So you don't have any S with plural. Plural subject needs a plural verb. So go with infinitive. That was the main idea for 10.1. Okay, so let's go and see. That's 10.1. The relationship between subject and verb, singular, singular, and plural, plural. Okay, that's it. Here, singular book tells. Author is. For plural, like you, seen. I like. And we had also the verb phrase. We said the verb phrase is a phrase of 2 or 3 verbs. Okay, it can be more. It starts with a helping verb. This helping verb comes first, so it's the one that matches the subject. For example, the guide, it's singular, was singular, was answering, whatever. It's a verb phrase, a phrase starting with a helping verb. So this is the one that matches. The first verb matches the subject. Kevin does. Teachers have. Have been reading 3 verbs. We just take the first one, which is have. So in the first point, subject, singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. In the second point, the verb phrase. And we had homework regarding that, and we answered it together when I sent you the answers. And for the girl section, you got help with your teacher, from your teacher. These were the answers for exercise 1, lesson 1. If you can see, the families use, the internet is, the word presents, okay, S with S because it's singular. Parents, many, they don't need, they take only the infinitive verb. Children, many, they take are. Adults, many, they take have, the infinitive verb. Grandparents, many, they take the infinitive verb. They, many, they take the infinitive verb. You, many, they take the infinitive verb. I, it's also with many or plural family, it takes infinitive verb have. So you got the idea. Exercise 2, for homework, we just hunt the mistakes that we have for subject-verb agreement, like CD sales. You're speaking about the sales. Okay, so must be have. And the rest is going to be like this. These are the mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes. So 10.2. 10.2, we just spoke about the prepositional phrase. And I remember I drew something for you. That's a skull, the dangerous skull, because the prepositional phrases are your enemy. They are dangerous. They are dangerous. Why they are dangerous? Because they are here to confuse you, to make you just think that they have the subject. No, they don't have the subject. The astronauts, many, plural, and the verb must be are, plural. What about this? You have on the recent magazine cover. Cover is singular. No, it is not. It is not. It's an object of the preposition. So it's not the subject that we're looking for. So we need to just remove it. Don't think about it. Just jump over it and take the subject before it and the verb after it. And don't forget to agree, subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. That's all. So for example here, how to answer this? The square button under the speed control, this one, delete it, we don't need it. So it will be button, one singular, and the blinks, one singular. That's how we answer it. And I believe we had an exercise regarding this for homework. That was the exercise, and here are the answers. The subjects of folk songs. So remove this one, this prepositional phrase of folk songs. You'll have the subjects and range, plural, plural. We got this last time, I think. We got until 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 5, other big names in folk music, one of your enemies, catch it. So remove it. So you can have other big names, many, so are. One of Woody Guthrie's most famous songs. Oh, be careful, you have what? You have one. You have one. A minute. Yes, here you have one. One of the songs, so from the beginning of until here. Wow, what a big prepositional phrase. Yes, it can be bigger than that too. So don't judge it based on the size of the prepositional phrase. No, just read until you find the verb. So one is one of the songs, no problem, but we're speaking about one of them. And so on. These are the answers. So we finished 10.1 and 10.2. 10.3, we spoke about the compound subject. In a simple way, just to make a revision for this, we have to think about it in this way. When we think about compound subjects and their agreement with the verb, you have to divide your mind, or divide this file in your mind into two parts. With and, okay, and with nor, or. With and two subjects, it's always plural. You have to choose the infinitive verb. Whatever happens, if you have singular plural or plural singular or singular singular or plural plural, I don't care for all of this, and you have to care only for and. If you see and between two subjects, that means it's a compound subject that makes a plural verb. It agrees with a plural verb. On the other hand, nor and or, you need to think a little bit, just because they have two subjects before and after. So you have to choose the subject after them. It's singular, choose singular verb. It's a plural, use a plural verb, and so on. So with nor and or, forget about the first one and just choose the second one to match with the verb. So if you have Sam or friends, which one matches? It will be is or are. I believe I can hear all of you now saying are, and that's right. Because Sam, we don't care for it. We have or, think about the subject after it, which is friends, many, so it will be are. That's a hint about the compound subject. Let's go and see inside the lesson. So we said that if we have and, just close your eyes and choose infinitive verbs or the plural verbs, because we have and. What if we have, this point? Sometimes you have a compound subject, sometimes, but they look many and use them for a singular reason. For example, when you said $5, you remember that? When you said $5 is or are, let's say $5, a big price, or let's say, and let's say it's too much. It's too much. That's better. Just simplify it for you. $5 is too much to pay or are too much to pay. That's the option. So $5, there are many, no, but I'm talking about them as one price. So the answer must be is. $5 is too much to pay. 7 kilometers is a far distance to walk. You got it? Is more than I can take, for example. So you have to think, is this plural or compound subject is used as one unit or not? For the other point here, we're speaking about or nor, because they are the same. We said whenever you see or nor, first underline them and go to the subject after them. The bread, soap, or salad. Just go with salad. Okay. Celery also, it's singular. Here, this one, cheese, milk, or peas. Peas, plural. Go with plural. Or cheese is singular. Go with singular. And so on. Whatever you do when you see or, just go with the second subject after or, and you will match it with the verb. Okay, that's the compound subject, and I believe that was the last thing that we had last time, 10.3. Okay, and for homework, we had exercises 1, 2, and 3. I sent you the model answers, and let's do this together. Here, when we speak about neither Sam nor his parents, nor parents, after nor many, so it's enjoy. Both plot and characters, and, so without thinking, it's matter. Some movies, many, so have. Actress and, so choose the plural verb. And the author and producer. Here, we said that before, that if you have a compound subject that speaks about one thing or one person, it's singular. Here, the author and the producer. He's the same person. He's the same person doing two jobs, doing two things, okay? The author and producer speaks her mind. Her mind also. You can't read the rest of the sentence to know that we're speaking about a woman, a girl, a singular person. But here, we're speaking about the author and producer. Sometimes when you introduce someone or present someone into a party, you say a lot of titles before you say his name. The professor, doctor, the genius of his era, and so on. You keep just praising him all the time and giving him a lot of titles, but he's the same person. You got it? So the author and producer. Here we have or. Think about the second subject. So it's singular, deserves. Nor, stars many, make. For number 9, plot, or talented actors, or, so go for the actors, the second subject, many are. Many foreign films of, oh my God, that's of, one of the prepositional phrases. So kill it, we didn't need it. We need the films before it, the subject before it, it's plural, like films. So it's going to be where for plural. Plural subject, plural verb. And that was the end of the 3 lessons we had last time. Today we're going to speak about 10.4. And before we move to 10.4, I'm going to see if you have any questions for Maryam Sayed. You can speak now, you have the mic. Maryam? Maryam, you have the mic, you can speak. You have a question? Okay. Hussein Ubaidat, if you have a question, you can ask right now.
Mr. How do we know if the compound subject is talking about one person?
From the meaning of the sentence. Like I showed you before, you can read it and you're gonna find something to tell you. Like the author and the producer speaks her mind. Here speaks about one woman, one person, is right. So we're speaking about singular. You got it?
No,
To speak
Mr. I didn't understand.
Okay, by the way, speak your mind means to tell me what you know or what you think about. Okay, to say your opinion, something like that. So I'm going to say my own opinion. Everyone is going to say his own opinion. So the producer and author, for example, you know, let's say Muhammad Salah. You know Muhammad Salah?
Yes.
That's right. The player and the Egyptian king is famous or are famous?
Is famous.
Why is?
Because it's talking about one person.
The same person, Muhammad Salah, is a player, and the Egyptian king, that's his title, okay, or that's the name they're giving him. So that's the same point that we're speaking about. You're speaking about one person, but describing him twice, giving him 2 titles. So the verb must be singular. You got it?
Yes.
Thank you very much for this question. Now, that was the last hand, and that means we got 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3, and now we can move safely to 10.4. Thank you for your understanding, everybody. Now, the inverted sentence. Oh my God. If you remember, we studied that before when we spoke about the naughty subject or the hard to find subject. I like to call it the naughty subject because it's jumping all around. Maybe it's in the beginning, sometimes in the middle, or sometimes you can find it at the end of the sentence or the statement, and sometimes you don't find it all. So you have to think about the subject. Just remember this lesson and you can revise it in your book. You can find it in the beginning or in chapter 6. Okay, so you have to go and revise it. Why? Because you need to know your subject very well. For example, the inverted sentence, to know, is the sentence that you cannot find the subject in the normal place. The normal place for the subject is in the beginning. Okay, that's a normal sentence. But if you can find it in the normal place, it's inverted. Like the famous ones, like here and there. Here and there. Highlight them, please. For girls, I know you have highlighter right now. But for boys, use your pencil to underline here or there. Why here and there? Because if you see them at the beginning, hey, that's good news. They are not the subject. Go and search for the subject at the end of the sentence. Like here is one picture. Forget about one. Here is a picture. Here is a picture. So when you speak about a picture, you don't speak about here. There are 12 students. There are some students. So there are some students. Students are. So don't think about here, don't think about there. Think about the noun or the subject after them. Okay? The second type of inverted sentences, it begins with a prepositional phrase. And we got this in 10.2, I believe, that speaks about prepositional phrases. They are your enemy. So the first thing to do to remove them. So next to the trees, remove it. Now you have stands President Lincoln. Now, this President Lincoln is here the subject or stands the subject? Of course, the stands is the verb. The subject is the president. You understand that? So you have to think about where is your subject and you have to find it. In questions, that's number 3, the third point. If you have a question, of course, the subject is not going to be in the beginning. Never. You have a double H question, you can have a double H word like when, where, what, whatever you can have. And you can have a yes-no question that has a helping verb in the beginning. So forget about the double H, it's not a subject. Forget about where, it's not a subject. That, it's an article. So photos, here. That's the first subject you meet, the first noun. You get it? So you have to read the sentence to underline the subject first. Maybe the subject is not in the beginning. That's the idea for this point. The subject is not in the beginning all the time. Maybe you have to read the sentence to catch the noun that you're speaking about, the subject of your sentence. Now, we're going to have some exercise, and after that, I check your understanding. No, okay. Number 1, you're going to have to read and tell me where is the subject and where is the verb. And if the verb is not correct, you have to correct it. Number 1, for example, here, it's correct, whatever. Number 2, it's better to take number 2 here. Douglas' mother and father slaves. Was Douglas' mother and father. What is the subject here? The subject is going to be, I'm going to underline it for you. That's the way you're going to answer. It's going to be mother and father. Compound subject, and they are many, so was is wrong. It has to be where. You got it? That's how we answer it. Now, I want to see your hands up to answer this exercise. And the first hand will take exercise 1.3, and that hand will be Tuqa Iraqi. You can start this. Take number 3.
Okay. There is many letters from Douglas to Lincoln. We will skip the subject is letters. And the wrong one is there is.
So there is, I'm sorry, what is the subject again?
Letters.
Letters. So the verb is?
There is. After there is apostrophe S.
So?
This is the verb, so it's wrong.
It's wrong. How to correct it?
We will skip it and make it R.
R. So change is to be R. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. So there is many letters. How come many? It doesn't match. Many letters and S. So that kills. So remove S and you change it to be R. Thank you for your help here. And we're going to take the next participant for number 4. And who will be the next participant? The next participant will be okay. What about these students without hands up? Azem. You can take number 4. Yes.
Okay. Have Lee or seen read any of Douglas' speeches? It's correct.
It's correct. What is your subject and what is your verb?
Lee or seen.
Lee or seen. Good.
It's subject.
So, singular or plural?
Singular.
Okay, so what is your verb?
Any.
No, the verb.
Verb have.
Yes, it's have. Good. Singular or plural?
Have Lee or seen. Singular.
So have is singular.
Yes.
No, you just got confused between have and has. Have is plural. And you have a singular subject. So you have to change have to be singular.
Okay. Has. We will change have to has.
Yeah, you got it now?
Yes.
Now look at this. So have Lee or seen. Lee or seen, so it's or singular subject. You have singular or singular, so 100% it's singular. So you're gonna have to go to the verb to make it singular, which is have. You have to change it to be has. I hope you got it.
Yes.
Thank you. Now the next one will be number 5 for Mo Salah. Yeah, I don't know who's Mo Salah, but we just mentioned him, so he has the right answer. Go. You have number 5. What's your name?
I'm Muhammad Salim, Mr.
Muhammad Salim. You're not Muhammad
Yes.
Salah.
Yes.
So why you changed your name? Okay, that's a fake name. Okay, Mo Salah, you can read number 5.
Here are the map of the underground railroad stops. It will be here in the map because the subject is singular. The map it's singular.
Good. Here is the map. That's right. So you get a point for your team.
But I wanted to ask you something,
Yes, you can ask.
Mister. If have Lee or seen, if there is
Yes.
if the subject in the first one it is plural and the second
know
one
that.
is singular.
Yeah. Which one is close to the subject?
Lee.
So we match with the subject. I know here in this situation, Lee is closer to the subject, to the verb. That's right.
Yes.
If you have plural subject close to the verb, you have to change the verb to plural. You understand that? Whatever happens, go to the verb close to the subject.
Okay.
Thank you. Now,
Thank
the next one, all. The rest of the exercise will be homework. Okay. Now, all hands down. All of your hands down. Just before we move to 10.5, I need to make sure that you really understand 10.4. Now, hands up only for questions. Lana Abbas, you have a question? Okay. Where are the hands? No hands for questions? No one has a question? Okay. Now, that means you understand. We have the first time Abdurrahman Kurdi. Okay.
Mister,
Yes.
I didn't understand Mr. number 4 when you told have, Lee, or seen. When do we use have or has or singular or plural?
Good. That's a nice question. Now listen. Abdurrahman, can you read it for me, please?
Have Lee or seen read any of Douglas' speeches?
Great. What is your subject?
It's a compound subject.
Yes, that's right. Where is it?
Lee and seen.
Good. Lee is singular or seen. Seen also is singular. Is right?
Yes.
So for or, we say all the time, if you see or, choose one subject to match with the verb.
Yeah.
Is right? Which one you will choose? The first one or the second one? Lee or seen?
The one closer to the verb, I think.
Which one?
Lee.
Lee is singular, so the verb must be has.
If the first one was plural, we would have used have.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mister.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Now, back again. Now we're going to move. The rest of the exercise will be homework. Exercise 1, exercise 2, and forget about exercise 3. Now, the last lesson for today, it's going to be 10.5. 10.5 speaks about the other problems in subject-verb agreement. I don't like to call them problems, but let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. The first point is going to be for the compound or collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns. Oh, it comes from collect, collect. So it's one word to collect many things or many things included inside it. Okay, like family, like group, like team. You got it? You have these words here, you can circle them. They are so important. You have to know them very well. You have to keep them. You have to understand them, that these words, when they are used, you have to read the sentence very well. You have to read the sentence very well because they can be singular and they can be plural. Really, family is singular or plural. Like audience, for example, family, band, class, club, committee and team and jury, all these words are collective nouns. So you have to read the sentence to see it's singular or plural. For example, number one, the committee has made its decision. Can you see this word? Its decision. There must be a clue. There must be a thing to tell you what we mean here. Its decision. So we're speaking about the committee as one thing. So the verb must be has. Okay, read the other example with me. The family have or has, Don't stop here, read until the end. The family have arrived at the reunion in small groups. The family arrived in small groups. In small groups. We're speaking about many groups. So this big family came in groups, in members. So they didn't come one by one. I don't mean the whole family coming one time. I mean the members of the family coming in groups. So I mean many. So the verb must be have. I hope you got it. Again, for collective nouns, you have to read. Read to understand it's singular or plural. There must be a clue inside the sentence. Okay? Now, that's the first part of our lesson for 10.5. The other part is going to speak about the infinitive pronouns. I hope you have a pen. I want you to write this with me right now. Okay, before, by the way, we have 3 minutes and this meeting will end. When this meeting ends, go to the same link and join the meeting again. Okay? And quickly, please. You just do this quickly. In a second, you will find me waiting for you. So, just when you think about indefinite pronouns are a type of pronoun. They are a type of pronoun that talks about a person or people that you don't know. You're not sure who are these people or who is this person, like everybody, somebody, nobody, anybody, buddy, one, either, and so on. So I will divide them for you in like 4 groups. Yeah, like this, 4 groups. The first group is the singular. The second group is the plural. The third group, that is singular and the plural. The third or the fourth group is the word none. Okay, so remember this map. Okay, just write it. We have singular, we have plural, we have singular, plural, and we have none. The singular, like one of my friends. One, you're speaking about one, so it's singular. You have each. You have everybody, somebody, nobody. And you have them on the right margin of your page. You can go there. Go with me. That's the first group, the singular indefinite pronouns. Like anybody, you can circle them. Here, you can circle them. Anybody, neither, no one, nobody, none, one, somebody, someone, everyone, everybody, either, each, anyone, and anybody. These words are singular. Whenever you see them, go to the singular verb. The second group is the plural. Both, few, many, several. Just 4 words. When you see them, go for plural. Whatever happens, go for plural. The plural. For infinitive, you see them, go with infinitive verb. So both, few, many, and several. You got it? Okay. What about the third group, which is not this, not that. It's singular and the plural at the same time. Yes, it's here. You can just write it with me. It's like this. You know this word, masa. They are 4 words. I'd like to remember them all the time with this trick, masa. M means most. A, all. S, some. A, any. And waiting to see you in the meeting again. Don't forget to reconduct yourself at the end of this meeting.